I'm Dédé Wilson, and I'm going to show you how to make butterscotch brownies. They're sometimes called blondies because they don't have any dark chocolate in them like you would think of in a regular brownie. The butterscotch flavor comes from brown sugar and butter, and it's just a great addition to your bar and brownie repertoire. They're super easy to make. You can also find this recipe in my book, A Baker's Field Guide to Chocolate Chip Cookies. So it starts with 1 stick of melted butter, and I did this in the microwave in this microwavable bowl, but you could certainly do it on top of the stove. And to the melted butter, I'm going to add a good amount of brown sugar. Now this is light brown sugar, but you could certainly use dark brown if you like, and the brownies, the blondies, will be even richer in flavor. So just whisk around the brown sugar. There's no white sugar whatsoever. We're really accentuating the butterscotchy flavor by using 100% brown sugar. To this, we're going to whisk in some vanilla extract, and I like to use pure vanilla extract, and an egg. This is a large egg at room temperature. And the butter and the brown sugar combine, and you can just smell this butterscotchy aroma. Now to this, we're going to add our dry mix, which is all-purpose flour with a little bit of salt and a little bit of baking powder. And this is going to go into here. And actually at this point, I'm going to switch to a large rubber spatula, and I'm just going to sort of half stir, half fold in this dry mix. Now you could certainly make these butterscotch brownies just like this and not add anything else to them. But I think it's really nice to add nuts or chocolate chips, or what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use both. But those are really optional for you. So I've decided to do some semi-sweet chocolate chips, and I'm going to leave a few extra. I'll show you what we're going to do with those in a moment, and some walnuts. And I'm also going to leave a few of those aside. Fold these in, and that's all there is to it. We made this in one bowl. That's why I like melting the butter in the microwave, because this way I have combined all my ingredients in one bowl. I have less to clean up. This is now ready to go into our pan. So you can see it doesn't look like a regular brownie. It's blonde. That's why sometimes they're called blondies, or in our case, we're going to refer to them as butterscotch brownies. Now we're just going to spread the batter evenly in the pan to the corners in an even layer. There's a little bit of baking powder in here, so they will puff up a little bit once they're baked. And now those reserved chocolate chips and nuts, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use them to just sprinkle on top. They're going to make the butterscotch brownies look extra delicious. Same thing with the nuts. That's all there is to it. This goes into a 350-degree oven just until a toothpick tests clean, and I'll show you what they look like when they're done. These are baked and cooled. They baked for about 25 minutes at a 350-degree oven. They're just lightly golden brown. A toothpick inserted in the center still came out with some moist crumbs clinging, so now we're going to cut them. This is my preferred technique for cutting bars and brownies. I like to use a bench cutter. It's going to go down all the way across. You can obviously cut them in whatever size that you like. You could use it to loosen them up from the sides as well. And then a small offset spatula will help us get them. That first one's always the hardest one to get out, but look, it came out really cleanly. And because we were generous with our pan coating, they're not sticking. And here you have your butterscotch brownies. Now again, just to remind you, if you want to leave the chocolate chips and nuts out, you can. If you want to just use one or the other, feel free. If you want to use milk chocolate chunks or even dried fruit, you could do raisins, dried cherries, any of those would work very well here. And here you go, moist, look at this, butterscotch flavor from the butter and the brown sugar and the vanilla, and the salt really helps with that flavor as well, so make sure to include it. And I really like the walnuts and chocolate chips. I'm Dédé Wilson. You can find this recipe for butterscotch brownies at bakepedia.com, the baker's resource.